Beach friends, we are going to have so much fun on Kice Island. So, what do I want to tell you? I want to tell you that there was a couple of days of really windy weather, and so it meant that there was going to be some pretty epic shelling out there, and I wasn't really sure where to go. And it kind of is nice to have friends that own shell tour companies because sometimes they invite you to go out shelling. So I'm going out before any of the shell tours get to the island, so I'm going to get first crack at some really great stuff, including some live alphabet cones. They're going to have to go back in the water. We're going to see a live colorful moon snail, and then of course seashells, lots and lots of seashells, because like I said, that wind was kicking things up, so it's going to be fantastic. And if you're ready to see what's out there, let's go to the beach. Okay, here we are on Kice Island, and I am ready to look for seashells. Now, typically you would want the tide to be either going out or low. It's going to be coming in for us, but it's not going to matter. We're going to find things just like this gorgeous, colorful moon snail just sitting right there, waiting for us to walk by and pick it up. Gorgeous, colorful moon snail. And this orange little beauty is a Florida horse conch. Perfectly empty. There's no hermit crabs. There's no critter in there. That's what we're looking for. Or maybe something like this apple murex with all its, this one's really nice, like sharp textured shell. Beautiful. Great way to start off. And boy, it sure is pretty. So this is Kice. Kice is really different than any of the other islands. It is not inhabited, so there's nobody here other than other shell tours or people who have kayaks or boats. So we are really here. We're not going to see any houses or anything. And I also love the fact that I got here super early. So if I had to guess, actually I don't have to guess. Let me go look. All right, after a quick check, it is 6:45 in the morning. So it is just light enough for my camera to actually pick up what I'm shooting. Some beautiful orange calico scallops. Awesome. And we're going to get a treat. We're going to get to see some live scallops a little bit later. And so you can kind of tell by the pile. So this is a jingle. It's also called a baby's foot. That one of my subscribers actually taught me. So I learned from you all as well. So these are all jingles. And you'll notice the pile. It looks like a lot of old stuff. It's like very mixed. So these are all jingles. And then the piles that are out there, this looks fresh. Oh, wow. Look at that color. So that is a spiny jewel box. Now I'm going to go with that's more on the fresher side. As you see, and we kind of get to see a little bit more of what I'm picking up, you'll see there's just a lot of older things here, kind of mixed. See what I mean? Oh, goodness. You are brand new and you are alive. So that is a live Florida fighting conch, and it was pretty high up there. I know the tide's coming in, but it was pretty high up there, so I'm gonna give it a little ride. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, and just like that, my hopes are dashed because it's alive. Now, is it viable? I don't know. So I'm gonna err on the side of caution. All right, what about you? Empty. Yeah, you're looking pretty good. All right. And you do have to, that dark that's on the outside of the shell, that's its periostracum. And so you're going to see that more with the like freshly expired critters. So that one is definitely not a keeper. That definitely has to go back in the water. But while I'm here, I'll grab that lace murex as I get this alphabet cone back into the water. I know, it's a heartbreaker when I got to put this stuff back, but it's alive, so. Not okay to keep. And olive, I decided not to keep, but looks like this lace murex, that's a keeper. All right, cool. More alphabet cone opportunities. Okay, that one is empty, and Oh, it's so pretty. The aperture is a little broken. Oh, it's okay. I'm still keeping that awesome alphabet cone. Oh, okay, so that's alive, right? And so inside there, see that like kind of hole? And it's just the critter just looks like this pink gummy thing. So it's not fun. It doesn't have like little tentacles or eyeballs. It just looks kind of gummy. But the shells that it makes are awesome. So that is a live spiny jewel box. Get that little critter back into the water so when the tide comes in, it can do its spiny jewel box thing. A Florida cone. That's actually in excellent shape. As you'll see as we're picking up those Florida cones, they're kind of hard to find, not like a little beat up. Oh, so pretty. Colorful moon snail. A little bit of purple on the inside, super white on the bottom. Oh, that's very stripy. I like noticing the differences in the different shells. Gorgeous calico scallop. Holy mackerel. Oh, those are beautiful. So those are both calico scallops. Another conch. Hey, Florida horse conch. Of the orange variety. Awesome. Sometimes it could be a little on the yellow side. And this is a moon snail. So we do have moon snails here. They don't get quite as big as the ones up in the northeast or actually out in California. So that is a shark eye. Oh, hi. Hi, true tulip. Just sitting there waiting for me. Oh, you're so pretty. So that is a true tulip. And that is a banded tulip. So those banded tulips, way more common. I mean, you'll find those 30 to 1 to the true tulips. Way more. Let's see a little bit of gumminess. So we have another live spiny jewel box. But hey, look at that one. That's different. It's white on the inside. Don't normally see them white. Usually there's some sort of color on the inside. But man, they are just interesting shells. I know it's a little dirty, but... So we got a keeper and we got a critter of the spiny jewel box variety. So one goes in my shell bag and the other one, oh hey, here's another one I dropped off. Excellent, they can hang out, do their spiny jewel box thing. A little common nutmeg. They're actually, they're not that common. They're not that they're rare or anything, but they're not all that easy to find. I wouldn't say I find them every single time I come out. Wow! All right, I think that's literally only the 4th shell like that I've ever found. That is an Atlantic wing oyster. I've never found one on Kice. I managed to find 2 on Honeymoon Island. Wow. What? Oh, I'm already on to the next shell. All right, what has caught my eye now? Is it that big, yep, the big banded tulip? Or is it this lightning whelk? Hard, all right, not the lightning whelk. Well, it caught my eye, but we're just gonna stick with that banded tulip. A little top snail. Awesome. Another lace murex. Oh, that's gorgeous. With the color a little bit brown. Now, those can be white too, and then I found albino ones, which are really pretty. Okay, here I'm back to the Florida cones, and that's what I was kind of telling you earlier. Those are hard to find, not like beat up. They live a hard life, those Florida cones. Okay, here's an alphabet cone, and I'm kind of like, so I've only found live ones like a couple times, so I'm not like an expert at finding live cones or anything, so I'm just a little more wary, a little more careful, but this one, it's got stuff all over it, including on the inside of the shell, so clearly there is no critter in there, and I suspect that shell is actually going to clean up quite nice. This one doesn't look like it needs much help at all. Until I saw that little chip on the aperture. It's almost perfect, beautiful color. Still an absolute keeper of a shell. Okay, the sun is kind of starting to come up, sort of kind of coming up, but still nice and shady, super early, and look at the piles. So like I said, there had been a couple of days of winds, and then once it finally subsided, I knew the shelling was going to be awesome. And I was right. Wow! So that's alive. And that, all right, there's a little barnacle there. So I'm going to get that out of the way. So that is a living, colorful moon snail. And you can kind of see the animal's body, a little bit of it. Speaking of seeing the animal's body, I did go and buy one of these glass containers just for an occasion such as this. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to put the critter, now there's water in there. You can't really see it. But there's the critter and some water in this container. And I'm going to leave it in the shade. And then I'm going to go about my business. And so I'm going to go shelling and doing what I'm going to do and see if that critter decides to come out. So we're going to check back on our colorful moon snail. We're going to go with Carrie. So we're going to check back on Carrie in a little while. Wow. It's like perfect. So another alphabet cone and another kind of beat up Florida cone. An empty alphabet cone, I shall say. All right, what else caught my eye here? Oh, another alphabet cone. Yeah, there must have been, I don't know, like just a whole bunch of these. So that's empty. And those winds help kind of push everything up. And the fact that I get here before anybody else just makes today so awesome. Holy cow. Yeah, so it was just alphabet cone after alphabet cone. And depending on your, like alphabet cones are a very desirable shell to collect. They're not all that easy, which I guess in general kind of makes the shells a little bit more desirable. No, this is an apple murex. They're on the pretty common side, but I still think they're really beautiful. So I still collect them. And a lace murex. I collect those as well. And I do see another alphabet cone. Yeah, I know it's a hot mess. It's just got stuff all over it, but you'd be surprised what a little bleach can do. Oh my gosh. Is it albino? Oh, I don't think it is. Oh man, but it's like one of those almost albino. So that would be like an albinistic or piebald leucism. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. That's another term that was introduced to me with these critters. So I just think it's kind of an anomaly, which makes it that much more special. So I do not think that that is an albino, but still, I'm going to go ahead and call it special and put it in my special box. That is a true tulip, along with a truly lovely, colorful moon snail. So we have our little friend hopefully coming out to say hi as we shall. Oh, yeah. Well, there's an alphabet cone here. Might as well grab that too. Can you believe this? Yeah. Oh, that's a nice one. So yeah, got ourselves another alphabet cone. Oh, hello, apple murex. Aren't you pretty? You're a nice size and texture and color. Oh dear. All right. What did I see? Something caught my eye. So we're going to put you here, see if there's any more other critters that are alive that need to go back, because I suspect that is not the only live thing here. Oh, well, an alphabet cone. Now, I know this is kind of broken and everything, but since it's, again, very desirable, I am going to hold on to even that broken alphabet cone. All right, we're back. I probably dropped off that spiny jewel box at some point. Oh, see what I mean? And that's why it's called a colorful moon snail. So beautiful. Now I've never got to see that, so it's out a little bit. Hopefully it'll come out a little bit more. Now, so this is what I call the cone zone. Oh, appropriately so, I should probably say. Man, that's gorgeous. So the aperture is perfect, nice point. Oh man, I was going for the purple, but I couldn't pass this. Lightning, wow, so pretty. Okay, so I was going for the purple. Let's see. Oh dear, looks like a critter on there, and it might be alive, so I'm going to leave it. Anything questionable, I just leave at the beach. There's no point. There's so many other totally collectible empty shells. Not that one. There's a critter in that, so there is a little critter in that Florida conch, so that stays at the beach, and all the other empty ones, they will come home with me. All right, what are we looking at here? Oh, I see it. Took me a minute. Yeah. Took me a second, but it was just sitting there, and might as well grab this one too. Of course, the Florida cone is a little beat up, but wow, that alphabet cone. Holy cow. All right. That Florida cone is quite beautiful. Very nice. Oh, the cones. If you like cones, man, you're probably going crazy. I like them too. Oh, frankly, I like them all. That is a true tulip. That is truly beautiful. Oh, it's just like that muted rose color. Oh, so pretty. All right. Now at this point, yeah, I'm just crunching. I have to walk on the shells. I don't want to, but if I'm going to get to something like that, oh, that is so cool. So we saved a couple, and there are a couple that we're able to collect. That spiny jewel box. The colorful moon snails today are awesome, and they're different. So I like really kind of looking at them. Are they really dark or stripy? Let's pick up another beat up Florida cone. Oh, aren't they pretty? The tops are so pretty. Yeah, I know they're a mess. I'll clean up when I get home. Shell collecting is not it's not a clean sport. It can be quite dirty and sweaty, and I love it. All right, what do we got back here? All right, another spiny jewel box. So I suspect, yeah, the live ones I'm going to go ahead and put back in the water. Back on this pile, or a different pile. Now, all the piles look the same, frankly. They look like a bunch of shells. So we have a banded tulip and another Florida horse conch. Awesome. A seashell in there. Awesome. Oh, nice. So that's also lightning well. I'm just kind of, it's just interesting because it's got a very white base in the color instead of those rich colors. Very nice. A little different. Oh, and an angel wing. Awesome. And another that's got a pretty big chip in it. I'm going to leave that one there. What else do we got here? Oh, dear. Couple of live scallops. So yeah, a whole bunch of goodness. Oh, I'm down here by the water, and I see a little hermit crab right at the top of that alphabet cone. There's a little tiny hermit crab. And I don't want to lose my shell, so let's go ahead and check out the alphabet cone. Oh yeah, it is empty from a critter standpoint. Yeah, there's sand and shells and whatnot in there. Awesome. That is beautiful, beautiful alphabet cone. Oh man, that's cool. Can you believe this? Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I'm being like, but it looks like there's beach stuff in there. So I'm not as good with the cone. So I'm going to be real careful. Make sure that anything alive stays at the beach, and I'm only going to collect anything that's empty. So I make extra special care that nobody accidentally comes home with me. Nice. So that is another moon snail, a shark eye. It's a little discolored, but beautiful. Awesome. Oh boy. Oh, a pear whelk. Awesome. Beautiful color on that too. Wow. Yep. This was a good day to come here. Good day, good time. A chalky lucine. Aren't those fabulous? I don't have that many. I don't find them all the time. Another kind of a beach bowl. Oh, nice. That is another pear whelk. And beautiful. Just like the one we just picked up. Beautiful. So a chalky lucine and a pear whelk. Woohoo! Another whelk of the lightning variety. Yep. Oh, so pretty. All right, so it looks like the sun is starting to come up now. What am I going for? The banded tulip. Oh, yep, I was hoping I would get that. Another true tulip. Really beautiful. Awesome. Ironic, though, the true tulips do get much larger than the banded tulips. Another cone, and I'm probably just taking a lot of time to make sure it's empty because those critters can really get in there. Another beautiful alphabet cone. And another pear, a really nice color. Yeah. So as you can imagine, I am just having, like, this is unusual. This is just a great shell after shell after shell after shell. So this is not typical for this time of year. It was a couple of days of winds. So this for this time of year is just absolutely spectacular. Oh, yep, super spiky, probably super alive. Oh, well, hi there. Alphabet cone. Yeah, another. All right. You know what, though? Still really beat up on the one side. Still looks okay on the other side. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping that. Not spiny jewel box. Let's go put you back. Because sometimes I'll find something. I'm putting something back and I'll find something. Not that time, but this time I'm getting some sand dollars. Now, I know they're dark and they still have a little bit of hairs on them, so I'm going to take a minute. Those hairs will be moving if the animal is alive. This animal is very dry and I can tell that it has expired. So these are not viable. If it was even questionable, I would leave it in the water. I would not bring it home. But these are clearly expired. So I will collect them. Very beautiful sand dollars. Oh, yeah. Gee, that's weird. An alphabet cone. Wow. Well, I got an alphabet cone and a bunch of other stuff now, didn't I? So there is covered with beach stuff. Some of these critters they actually produce like a marine glue. Barnacles are one of the critters I can think of that does that. I think kitten paws do too. I probably saw something that moved, or another alphabet cone. Oh, okay. I see it now. And look at this one. So yeah, I think I'm seeing this is a product of all those winds just kind of kicking everything loose, pushing all this awesome stuff up on the beach. So keep in mind, at the beginning, I said the tide was coming in. Does it matter? No. I mean, this is just awesome. Some angel wings. All right, that one's broken. I'm going to leave it here. Awesome. Just a couple shells that need a little bit of tender, loving care. They're going to come out just fine. Look at how spiky. So yeah, I don't typically, now when I'm not on Kice, I find the spiny jewel boxes, they're more just like lumpy, but the ones I find on Kice can be so spiky. Oh, and this was a disappointment. I don't know if it came out and flipped out and was like, hey, why am I in a glass bowl? But when I went back, the critter had just receded back into the shell, and I'm not going to keep it out of the water any longer. Bye, buddy. Oh, thanks for coming out just a little bit. Beautiful operculum. All right, so I'll put my bowl back in my backpack and see what else like this super chocolate common nutmeg. But, oh, that's beautiful. It's almost black. Wow, that is awesome. A gorgeous nutmeg. Awesome. Can you believe it? Now, I don't want to jinx myself or anything, but I'm not going to find an alphabet cone probably for months. So I'm going to pick up as many as I possibly can while I'm here, while the getting's good. Another live spiny jewel box. And an awesome alphabet cone. Alright, so Mr. Jewel Box goes in the water. Oh my gosh, check that out. That's a yellow prickly cockle, kind of being all tonguey and weird. But that's how they do. And so I'm very close to the water's edge, and like I had said, the tide is coming in. And so I have some live scallops here, and I want to see if we can kind of get close. I love seeing their little blue eyeballs. So let's see if I can find, okay, he was spitting. So these are calico scallops. You'll see that one that's kind of dead center. It's about to compress its abductor muscle. That's how they move. They get water in there and they squeeze that muscle and it kind of shoots them across the water. So these guys are kind of stranded. The tide will come in, pick them up. Oh, speaking of picking up, we might as well. Oh, look at that. That's a Wentel trap. It's only a piece, so it does look broken. I'm not completely, bummed out, but I missed it. Next time. Back to the scallops. Seeing if I can get up close. Oh, hi. Look at the blue eyes. Just gonna open. Isn't that neat? So I don't get to see this too often. It's only, when the tide's at a certain spot. and there's the scallops here. So it looks like a hot mess, but it's beautiful and alive. Another colorful moon snail. Gorgeous. Speaking of gorgeous, wait for the next one. This lavender one. Wow, isn't that beautiful? A couple of those calico scallops. Oh, you know. And another alphabet cone. All right, it's not perfect or anything, but it is empty, so I am going to keep that. Yeah, it's got to be pretty darn bad for me not to keep an alphabet cone. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, no. All right, so we have awesome and buddy. This is not so awesome. Why are you up here? All right, you're going to have a super tough time getting down to the water, so let's collect you and a couple of your living friends and get them down to the water. Not far. Well, did I forget somebody? Oh, I saw something. So I'm going to mark my spot because I don't want to lose a cool shell that I just spied. So that's what I do. When I'm returning the critters to the water, I kind of mark my spot on the beach so I don't either comb the same area twice or miss anything. All right, let's check, make sure. Let's see. You're okay. Are you empty? You need to go in the water? Nope. We can leave you here. Excellent. All right, there's my spot, and there's the shell I wanted. A true tulip. Now, I know the aperture is slightly beat up. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, those true tulips are great. They have such great color. Oh, and a horse mussel. They have a nice purple color, too. Beautiful. True tulip and a horse mussel. What do we got? Oh, an alphabet cone. What am I, out of my mind? All right, so before we pick up the alphabet cone, we'll go ahead and admire this apple murex and then. All right, I'm looking at it funny. Just trying to make sure. Wow, it's really, I know it's got stuff on it, but I can tell it's just beautiful. A diamond in the rough. Yeah, that beach stuff is not a problem. And I could just see how white the shell is and the actual shape of the shell. All the other stuff, not a problem. Beautiful. Oh, cool. All right, so the colorful moon snail is normal color, the one in the back. That one in the front, I find them periodically. It's still a colorful moon snail, but its color is just off. It's supposed to look like that. But I like the ones that are just a little bit different. All right, and here, I'm not even really sure what I'm looking at. There's so much here. All right, first, we're going to go for this lace murex. Terrific. Hopefully, yeah, that colorful moon snail, oh my gosh, it's all tigery. It's so pretty. Oh, wow. That's awesome. This lace murex is awesome. Oh. It's been now that I'm kind of regret not keeping because it has a hole in it. I never see the banded tulips with holes in them. They must taste really bad or something. I don't know, but I'm sorry I didn't grab that shell just because it was different. Oh my gosh, it's been so fun. And guys, it is beautiful here. So I'm going to be quiet and let you have a little bit of beach time. Most of the time when I'm filming these beach time segments, I'm just thinking about being grateful. And I have a lot of things to be grateful for. One of them, I'd like to say big thank you to my sponsor, Anchorworks. And Anchorworks makes the beach safer for anybody who goes. Now it's a anchor system for your umbrella. They provide a little shovel, you dig yourself a little hole, you put that base in it, you pack it in. They comes with a little tray, so you can get that tray in there if you want. You just tighten up a few things, and the next thing you know, you have a safe system to enjoy the beach, and you don't have to worry about getting sunburn or worrying about that umbrella blowing down the beach. I will put a link in the description box below, but just know that Anchorworks is there to help you enjoy the beach, to protect you from the sun and protect everybody else from flying umbrellas. So I will put a link in the description box below, and use that code if you want to get 28% off. So really grateful to Anchorworks, really grateful to be here. I mean, this is just not normal conditions. You are not supposed to normally just kind of walk down the beach and pick up 5-inch lightning welts. I mean, that's just awesome. Okay. Oh, look at the spikes. All right. We got a live spiny jewel box. And another. All right, at this point, I know I'm going to have to go back to the water, so I'm probably just looking. All right, who else? Anybody else? Any other spiny jewel boxes? All right, we got one here. There, excellent. All right, fellas, or gals, we don't know who we got here. We'll kind of mix a bunch of critters we got, so we're going to head down to the water. Let's make sure there's nothing else here. All right, we'll make a little deposit. Yeah, that was a little bit far. I know the tide's coming in. There we go. Oh, look, it found a friend, a scallop. It's going to kind of, there we go. So at this point, friends, we have been together for a little while, just like those spiny jewel boxes. And so we are going to continue next week. It's going to be a lot more awesomeness. Look at, that's only some of them. That's not all of them. And then this is really just the rest of the stuff, kind of a wind up of all the fantastic seashells that we're going to continue to hunt for. Patreons, you are awesome. You are amazing. I got to meet one of you in my Florida Master Naturalist class, and that was pretty cool. So as a whole, I'm just going to assume that you all rock. You just are awesome, and I thank you so, so very much. I don't got to tell you what we're going to do next week. We are going to continue our amazing walk on Kice. So I hope you have a great week, and I will see you again next Sunday.